Good morning, good morning. Hey Travis, how are you? Hey Resto, how are you doing? Good morning. Morning Juan. Hey Kunch, how you doing? Happy Friday. Woo! I'm good, Travis. I'm good. It's been a long week. Oh, never a dull moment in this business. Okay. Well, let's see what we let's see what's cooking in the kitchen this morning. Stay with me here, folks. I haven't even opened up my trading software yet. My accounts. Man alive. More dump tomorrow? Well, tomorrow's Saturday, Mr. Simpson, so or are you somewhere where it's still Thursday night? Hey, Super, can you guys hear me? Hello? Testing, testing. You guys can hear me? Okay. All right. Thank you. Just checking. All right. Trading accounts are open. Let's see what kind of. Uh, so month end is officially over, August 1st. Brand new month, and we've got liquidation, right? Let's take a look and see what the where things will sort of settle out. Okay, so do you see the tops of this area here? Let me go draw a line. I would say anything around everything above 63.12 is fair game because we don't know what's lurking for bids here, and there's only this. This is the last trading range before the move up. Okay, so folks, how this works is you will take a product. Right? There's your product there. This is all that blue stuff, right? That's if you mashed all these profiles together, you'd see what they call a consolidated profile, or you'd see where all the product is priced. Here's the distribution, okay? So what we're doing now, so this is the warehouse where we bought our goods, okay? Here. Then we took the goods to the store, sold them, distributed them, right? Before month end. Hey John, how you doing? And now we got a sale, right? So if we have a sale, we're going to mark the stuff down to TK Maxx, right? Warehouse, Saks Fifth Avenue, TJ Maxx, right? That's basically how this works. So we're looking at this area here. So the way I'm looking at it is the top of this area, somewhere, where was I looking? Sorry, got it in the wrong place. I moved the chart. 63.12. That's really the top of this cost basis. And this is how market profile can help you. It helps you keep track of the accumulation and distribution of inventory. So there's the accumulation. There's the highway to the store, distribution. Now we're marking it down, putting it on sale. Real simple. So for the short sellers who held, 6306 is a big level to the downside for me. This red line. It marks the bottom of this zone. The zone is from 6306 to 6547. So I'm looking for down here on liquidation. Now the problem is there's a whole bunch of shorts in here. And every time this market liquidates, it finds the short bid and then does that, which is a real pain. But being that it's a new month, hopefully we get down, and if we break 6306, we'll come down into the 6200 level here. So that would be nice. That would be good for the market to get some liquidation. We'll get some better price action. Right now, overnight inventory is about 90% short, right? So what does that mean? It means that 90% of the trading is underneath the close of yesterday. Okay? So when inventory is short, you look for moves higher. But what would screw that up? Right? What would screw up a move higher is that all of these people are trapped long as they went into month end, and now they're going to be liquidating, right? So sometimes inventory is short and it doesn't correct, right? We had a small correction here, and they sold into it. So we know that there are sellers here in the 70s, right? Let's see if it bids here, and if it doesn't, we are going to go look at the lower stops, and we'll go mark those off. And this is how you look at a market in a tactical manner, so you're not taken by surprise when it does what it does. Good morning to the folks joining us on YouTube. Good to see you guys and ladies. Just marking off the lower stops. And use the old 1 minute chart here. Our balance is 63.61 and a quarter to 5.5. Double it down to 52 and 3/4. And now I need to go into the discount zone again and go down to 4 times discount. $63.35, somewhere down here. Okay, so we're underneath VWAP. For those who are wondering, my VWAP is always set at the Globex Open. I use 23-hour VWAP. Just session VWAP is easier. I don't have anything against anchored VWAP. It's just too much for me to watch. And I know that most size traders just execute at 23-hour VWAP. That's what their VWAP execution models are around, generally. Once again, I'm a big proponent of simplicity. What happened with Apple yesterday? Earnings weren't that great. Nobody said anything in the room. Fastest quarterly revenue growth in more than 3 years. Huh. Hey, Sadiq, how you doing? What time is it in India? I like the monitor that you picked up there. I take it you're going to be there for a while. A couple of months? Wow. Cool. That's good. All right, so we're sitting here balancing, waiting for the next move. Seeing some little bids there at 49, 48. No trade yet. We have any big news tonight or today before the open? Let's take a look. U.S. employment report. Yeah, we had a good amount of news this morning. So, did I execute anything after FOMC? No, man. I you know I'm old and I don't trade month end. I scalp, and I scalp because you guys. I do these YouTube things, so I scalp because people expect you to trade, right? Uh, but as a business decision, ever since I got out of the brokerage industry, and ever since I haven't done a deal in a while, I really like not doing anything at the last 2 days of the month. It keeps you from losing money, keeps you from making bad decisions, um, and it's great. I think people can trade. I think it's if you want to trade, trade. But after 33 years in, I don't have the desire for a rush. What I like to do on the last couple of days of the month is just count the money I made that month and just chill out. That's a personal decision. You don't have to do that. But I'm finally at a place where I don't have to trade. in my mentality. So no, I don't trade with FOMC. If I want to rush, I'll go jump on a motorcycle or do something like that. People had some good trades though, from what I heard. 2 months ago, I was in Spain for the end of the month. I took 4 days off right at the end of the month. I missed month end. I didn't have any monitors. I didn't even take a tablet. I just had my cell phone and I left it pretty much. I just walked around, walked on the beach. Didn't even know what the hell was going on at month end, and it was the best month end I've had in 33 years. Yeah, yeah, there was a good J Lo scalp, right? But you guys go ahead, eat, feast away. Uh, I'll start poking around today, and then it's a new month. Now that's just me. I don't mean to say don't trade, but what's the point of doing this if you can't take a couple of days off? And I wasn't feeling well actually. The truth be told, this week I health-wise I wasn't feeling that great, so I wasn't really as accurate as I should have been. So it's nice to take a couple of days off. Let's see if we have that seller at 52 and three quarter. Did you execute anything after FOMC, Kunj? You do any trades? Nope, he's gone. What's going on, Trade Baker? How you doing? It's good to have you back with us. Let's see. We might have a bit of a move higher here. Let's see. You needed some rush? Oh. Try bungee jumping. How did you do? Did you make money? If you made money, then that's good, right? If you lost money, next time go bungee jumping. Let's see if we can stay over 52 and three quarter. We'll rotate up to 54 and a half. Otherwise, we'll sort of creep back down into the 52s. So this is going to give me some decent information about where the bid is now. You're scalping? Good stuff, trade maker. Good stuff. Do a little test long here. If it holds over 52 and three quarter. There we go. Grab the 53s. Offered at 54 and a quarter. And 54. Out one at 54. Out one at 54 quarter. Yeah, a lot of people, yeah. See, a lot of junior traders, they get enticed, and then they'll make some money and they'll just give it right back. It's good you're in the room. You can learn how to not like to keep your money. So I basically bought two micros at 53, put my stop at 52 and a half, and then I hit them out here as I called it out. See, the whole trick to this business in retail trading, like a lot of people will tell you, oh, you've got to maximize it and trade all day. And, at this prop firm, they do this. Well, guess what? You're not working at a prop firm. You're sitting in your basement or you're sitting in your kitchen. So you have to be realistic, right? Yeah, I see that a lot in the room. Like people are like, oh, if you worked at this, well, you're not working at the prop firm. You're sitting in your kitchen trading. So you have to be realistic. Make your money and get the hell out. The longer you stay in front of the screens after you've made your money, the more likely it is you're going to give it back, right? It's just, you know, it's a fact. I know so many traders. Like I have one friend of mine who's very, very like he's a really good at execution, and he'll make 2, 3 grand, and at the end of the day he'll be down six. It's like Jesus, you know. It just gives it all back and more. Just can't stop, you know. There's one misnomer. You hear people saying, "Oh, it's house money," right? It's not house money. You're not you're not at the MGM Grand. It's your earnings. It's your paycheck. It's not house money. Once you make your paycheck, don't give it back, right? You have to have some sort of responsible business mentality when you're trading, right? I don't know if this doesn't make sense to you guys. That's okay, but it is a business, right? And if you don't treat it as a business, you're not going to make any money, right? It's a simple business, but sure as hell isn't easy because they entice you. They entice you to stay in front of the screen and trade and trade and trade and trade and trade until it's all gone. Right? It's just like when you go to Vegas. I used to go with my clients and they'd gamble hundreds of thousands of dollars away, right? You'd see them just throw away 100 grand, 200 grand, 300 grand. And as soon as they were up, they're sending drinks to us, cigars, pretty girls, all sorts of stuff to keep you at the table. Soon enough, that $100,000 they made goes into a $300,000 loss. Happens every time. A little back and forth. So now we know that we have sellers for sure at 54 and a half. Right? They're competing. Big red candle all the way down to 52. So if you wonder why I'm just kind of watching this to see where the bids and the offers are this morning, and then we can start making some intelligent decisions. And month end is the worst time to overtrade. That's how they get you. Looking for 48 on the downside. See, most big traders don't trade month end. They've already made their money and they take those 2 days and kind of chill out. Month end is when desperate people trying to make money always get taken advantage of. Your desperation will always get you into trouble. You're trying to pay this, you're trying to pay that bill, you're trying to make some money before the end of the month. You make bad decisions. It happens all the time. they start coming back in. You've got to remember, Mr. Simpson, that when you large money doesn't panic trade, right? No, I trade for clients. I trade my own money and I trade for friends and some old clients. Yeah, big traders, big money, smart money doesn't panic trade, right? They wait, they sit and wait, make a decision, do the trade, get out. The only time when you're trading consistently, all the time, is when you're an executing trader. No, I think it was prop trading firms are, or those funded trader accounts. I think it's the natural evolution, right? We're in a massive speculation phase of the market now. Everyone wants to do it, right? You got crypto, you got people trading 500 times leverage in crypto. You've got, you know, it's a free for all, right? And as asset prices keep moving higher and interest rates stay stable or even start moving lower, right? It just fuels more speculation. What I am surprised about is the hoarding of assets by large money management firms. Like having a firm like BlackRock with what, 11, 12 trillion dollars under management. I had never thought they'd allow that, to allow one firm to have that much power. I mean, you can't even regulate those guys. They're too big to regulate. That's the one thing that surprises me. And the other thing that surprises me is the monopoly in market making. Market making is completely monopolized. It's like Rockefeller back in the oil days. There used to be thousands of market makers. Now there's just a handful. So the business has changed quite a bit. Hey, James, what's up? I'm live every day at this time, brother. Oh, you trade the Dow? I was wondering if anybody actually trades the it's YM, isn't it? No, no, it's just rare. Nobody really even talks about the Dow. I still remember when the Dow crossed 10,000. Everyone had hats. All right, London's opening. It's just choppy right now. A chop fest. So there's bids at 48, sellers at 54 and a half. Let's see if we can get over 52 and three quarters. Now here's the boring version of what happens, right? The boring version of what happens is we just go sideways here for the next couple of hours, right? And that is something that could happen, right? So how big money works is, especially really large money, they don't trade every day. They make investment decisions by committee. Okay? And they take time. Big money moves slow, like an ocean liner, right? So you could think of retail trading and speculative trading as like speedboats. And big investment money, like a big, huge ocean liner or an oil tanker, takes a long time for it to move around. You want to see COVID levels above 63.05? Like the big red ones, well, there's 6547, 6785, and 7030. No problem. Could be a slow night. Did we get a margin increase thing with AMP futures? Ah, yes, we did. Or was that from yesterday? All right, let's go put in an overnight low, folks. There we go. Some liquidation. If we take out that overnight low and accept underneath it, short it down to 43. If we go back over the overnight low, let's see here. I see a seller at 46. I sell alongside, put my stop at 47. I'm shorting in the hole. Probably not the smartest idea. Go put a 44 bid in. Takes out the 47s. I'm gone. I'm scratched. Yeah. So you can see I'm not really quite on the ball on that one. At least we found the bid. Now let's see if we stay above the overnight low. That old overnight low at 46. No, there's no bids there. Choppy, choppy. As I was taking that short, I was like, I think I'm making a mistake. Yep, I did. Let's see if it works this time. I'm just going to watch. Once I get stopped out once, I'll just kind of like sit back and watch, figure out what you did wrong. Right? I'm looking for a seller now because we had one at 48 and a half. There we go. Yeah. second move down lower convinced me that I think we're going to hold that old overnight low. Let's see. See, everybody makes mistakes when you're trading and gets stopped out. It's not a big deal. The main thing is when you're trading and you get stopped out, don't make a big federal case out of it. Use that information to help you kind of guide your next trades, right? So now you can kind of, okay, so you went short, you found the bid, right? And then if it's choppy and you're looking for a long, look for some price stability. Now, what does that mean? Can we hold that old overnight low at 46 and a half? That's the first, sort of the first thing that you're looking at. Because overnight inventory is probably 90% long, there may be a few short covering rallies. This situation here is actually good that this is happening because what it shows you, people will go long, like, or they'll go short like I did. Then they'll go long and get stopped out. Then they'll go short and get stopped out. Does this sound familiar? Anyone ever done this? Right? It's happened. Don't lie. It's happened to all of us. Right? You go back and forth and back and forth. The next thing you know, you've traded 5 or 6 times, and none of them work. Right? So when that happens, right, just stop. That's the trade I was looking for. I was way too early though. I was like 5 minutes too early. Right? That's exactly the trade I was looking for when I was shorting these down here. And there's exactly where it went to. But do you see how I was early? I was way too early. Right? Okay. I was way too early, or I was using a way too small stop. Right? Depending on a larger account, I was using a way too small stop. So we'll probably come into the cost basis here. Probably around 36 if we take out that stop. There we go. Shorted 41 and 3/4, covered 40 half. I'm just scalping. Just scalping. Hey Phil, how are you doing? And just use those levels that I marked off on. So we had, what, 39.5 and then 29.5. Basically, it was every 10 points down. Now let's see where the next seller comes in. Okay. Let's see if they come in 45s. There we go. Seller at 45, just like I thought. I'm short 44 against 45, covering the 41s. Just covering the 41s. And I'm flat as we come into this overnight low. So what I did was, because I screwed up the short earlier, right? I saw it break, and then I thought, right there at the top of that candle, I know there's going to be sellers. So when we got up here, right, I saw that 45 and I hit 44, put my stop at 45, and then I just covered as it came down into the overnight low. Redeemed myself, and now I'm going to stop. uh, but I think we are going to see lower tonight, folks. If we could get under 39 and a half, standard E39 and a half, we'll get some more liquidation. All right, month end is over, so the need to mark things up is over now, so the market can kind of find its balance. Hey, Laura, how you doing? Happy new month. There we go. Looking for 35 and 3/4. Good liquidation. Now, my look below and fail traders, just leave it alone. Don't try and buy the dip, okay? Hopefully that's obvious by now. Am I long? Dear God, no. No. I've been scalping. I scalped short, got stopped out, then I got it together and got a decent scalp. And now I'm going to stop. Yeah, I'm not long. That's why I just said don't even try and go long until this thing finds the bid. Okay? Because it could break all the way down to 63.06. Well, here's the thing, Laura. You don't just arbitrarily put on a trade, right? So what's your talk to me? What are you looking at? Right? What's your trade setup? A lot of the times people will come in and go, "Oh, I can't go long, so I'll go short." They'll go short at the wrong trade location and get stopped out. If you got no setup, just have a coffee and chill, right? We got the whole day. There'll be tons of trades. There's no gun to your head that you have to trade. See, a lot of traders, they'll see price action and they feel, oh God, I got to jump in. I'm missing out, right? And that's how they get you, right? Oh, it's 12 in the morning? Well, just go back to sleep. Have a good night, right? Folks, do you see how we came to the cost basis to the tick? There's the cost basis from the 22nd to the tick, right? So this is just the inventory being marked down to where they bought it. So if we break 36s, the next stop will be 32 and a quarter, 27, and then we'll have some stops down here at 18 half. Happy new month, Moran. How are you? Hey, Scalp Cake, what are you doing up? How you doing? Yeah, the market's unwinding itself. This is really good. This is good liquidation. It's healthy and much needed, right? People have been waiting for this liquidation now for months. I'll redo my balance zones. Um, if this thing gets past, we'll go 4, and then this will be 8 times discount. Are you in the UK, Scalp King, or are you stateside? One more. Well, you might not even be on stream. Okay. You're saying August is a weak month and we've pulled back to some degree? Yes, yeah. Good, nice, healthy liquidation. So what's the question, Laura? Hello? I can't remember the question from a few weeks ago. Sorry. My thoughts on the dreaded August pullback? I'll let the chart tell me, Laura. I really try not to. I don't really listen to all that stuff. Um, that's the beauty of being, a scalper and intraday trader. I don't predict. I'm really bad at prediction. I'm like, if it can't break this level, it'll rotate back up. I'm that guy. I'm not like it's going to break hit that level and it's going to do this, right? In this market environment, I'm a big believer of let the chart tell me what's going on. We need this liquidation. This is a I do not know. God, no. No, no, no. I don't have a personal portfolio with equities in it. I have an account that when people give me stock, I put the stock in the account and I sell it. when I work on deals. I don't do any investing at all. The only thing that I own long term is Bitcoin. And my last buy was 76,000. I do not swing trade. I do not invest. I do deals. So I day trade and then I do deals. So if I work on a company, people will give me like, a million shares of stock. And then I'll work on the deal. We hit the 20? Cool. Yeah, I'm a bit different that way. Um, I never got into the investing thing. I've always been a liquidator. Hey, John, what's going on? My whole life, I've just put stock in brokerage accounts and sold it. I've actually never paid for stock once in my life. I've always gotten it for free. And that's just the business that I chose to do. Next stop, 27 on the downside. Still no reason to go long, my friends. Right? When we started this session, I said 6306, and we're at 29 and a half now. The next level down will be 19 and a quarter. There is, it's not a poor low, but that low here at 18 and a half will be interesting to see what happens when we hit that. The market's just trying to find the bid now. It's trying to find its feet. Best not get involved in that process. I just kind of chill and watch. Look how thin the volume is on the way down. We'll have single prints to the downside. There's a lot of trap longs now. I sound like the villain of Thunderball? What? Why pay for stock when you can get it for free? You know? It's one thing I learned as a young pup. Uh, let's see if we can poke our head above 35 and three quarters. This is just a momentary short covering. Let's see if it produces any sort of price stability. I'm watching to see whether the levels work. I'm looking for price stability. There's a seller at 35 and three quarters. That's good. If I was on the ball, I would have taken a quick scalp, but I'm not. I'm ready for the weekend. Oh, you can get shares for free very easily. All you got to do is get a consulting contract with a public company. I know I've just had a very different life, and I hope it shows you guys how things are different on the other side. It's a very different business, and we think completely differently than retail. You guys look at something and go, "Hey, should I buy this? Will I make money?" I look at something and go, "How can I get a million people to buy 500 shares of this stuff?" It's a completely different outlook. I'm always seeing what's the angle. I'm always looking for an angle. I'm always looking for, what's the deal? Where's the angle? What's the scoop? Most people are looking at, I can do this and make some money. I can do that and make some money. I'm like, how do we distribute 300 million shares of this crap? It's different when you've created order flow. It's one thing to trade order flow, it's another thing to create it. So you have a very different perspective. And that's hopefully comes through on our trading. Hey guys, these levels that I drew 2 weeks ago, like 29 and a half, 39 and a half, they've been kind of working. Our low is 29 and a quarter and the level I had was 29 and a half. Let's see if 19 and a quarter works on the way down. If we break 29 and a half. See if that seller, we have a seller at 31. Let's see if it stays at 31 here. Am I hiring? I'm always hiring. I'm always looking for smart, talented people. Age is just a number. Hey, Alexis, there you are. Don't worry, you're already on the team. At the London Open, even though the market went up, you had a conviction it would test the low. Oh, and the reason I had that conviction is because I just saw all the overnight I just saw all that inventory above us, right? And there's no reason to buy it. Okay, here, here's something. Sorry, I'm gonna go over just a little bit really quickly. The reason the market went higher, okay, is because of short covering into month end. Okay, now month end is over. There's no reason to hold the market up. They've already marked up prices. So when the investors look at their statements, everything's good. Now you can sell it off, right? And the only people that were buying this market on the way up were short sellers. And I know that sounds crazy, but think about it. What are short sellers? The future buyers, right? Oh, Alexis, DM me when you want that one-on-one session. I'm around. Just let me know when you have time. Um, so that's why I was looking for lower. So my target is 63.06 and a quarter. If we keep selling off, okay. I won't keep you guys any longer. Thanks for being with me. Sorry, I was a little off this morning on my trading. Getting old, you know. No. And we will see you at the New York Open. Stay out of trouble. Wait for price stability if you're trying to buy the dip, okay? Take it nice and slow. Monday's great. Booked. Thanks everyone. If I don't see you, have a wonderful and safe weekend. Enjoy the sun. Enjoy the summer. Starting the lazy days of August. Thanks, Dave. All right, folks. Have a wonderful morning. Bye for now.